Hey, this will be a video chart on ERHE Energy Incorporated. Did this one a few days ago, and I've traded this, so I should note that I own shares. But a great example here of buying shares at a support and now seeing it come back to life here, as I proposed in the last video. So if you go back and dig up my old ERHE video, you'll be able to see the last time I did it, and I talked about a nice risk versus reward setup and how this was potentially the bottom. And is it the bottom in the long term? I have no idea, but it's definitely been the bottom here in the short term, and has allowed for a nice, possible trade here going on. So, with the other than the request pouring in, just want to get things updated since the chart has made quite a bit of progress since the last time I did it. The last time the video was done was on this day here, and pretty much this green line is the support that I mapped out, and I had to go all the way back here to dig up this support level. Once again, you can go back and watch the video where I talk about these specifically, but this is where the green line is coming from, way back here. So let's zoom back in. So now the questions become, okay, we're starting to make some progress. What's ahead? What's in store? What do we want to see happen? What don't we? And so forth. So the great thing about today that I really like to see happen was getting above this level here, which I thought would be more of a kind of pain in the neck level to get through. This level was at 44 cents. It was a low here, then kind of acted as a support here, holding the price within this zone. And then when it separated here, I thought, oh, this one's going to be kind of a pain. But the bulls got above it, and not only that, they even closed above it. So this is now back to being a support level. On that same token, I'm going to make this a little skinnier level just because, yes, it's a support, but it's not a crucial one, meaning if it does fall and the price goes back below it, by no means is it any reason to panic or anything like that. So this is more of kind of what I'd call an ideal support level, where ideally, if the price does pull back, you'd like to see it hold here before heading back up. But it doesn't necessarily need to from a charting perspective, because there are other supports below you. Obviously, this is the key support down here. This is the one where you don't want to see it fall, where if the price does come down here, then you're looking for a double bottom setup. Hopefully that's not the case and we keep chugging upwards. But from a kind of a must-hold support level, that would be down here at this area. The other support that I'm looking at is right around this area, and I'm kind of gauge it with this gray line here, which is the 10-day simple moving average. Kind of hard to see because it's behind these candles, but right now that one is valued at 40 cents, and this level here is valued at 41. So basically the same thing here. This is more of an important support level in terms of appearance wise, because like I said, the chart could have come all the way down here, and then you could have a double bottom in play where hopefully we'll shoot back up. But from kind of establishing an uptrend, this is the lowest you'd want to see it go, because if it did go down there, then we could say, okay, well, it bounced here, so therefore it put in a higher low compared to where it was down here. But if we were to come here, then we can't say it's putting in a higher low. We'd just be hoping for a double bottom. And I'll take higher lows over retesting previous lows any day of the week. So these are the two support levels. Once again, if this one fails, don't go jumping out a window. Same with this one, because the double bottom could still be in play. But now for resistances, really the next one is not until up here. So we got some upside room. You can see we had a bunch of bottoms over here back in December. Not exact, but if kind of just estimate it, call this right around 51 cents as being the next key resistance. And surprise, surprise, look exactly where that lines up with the 50-day simple moving average, which is this purple line. So this level will prove to be probably a pretty stubborn level to get through, but if the bulls can push through it, close above it, then that's just going to really draw in even more chart players and start to put some more credence behind this bounce. And this is kind of what I'd call the reversal line. Right now we're just bouncing, but not all bounces turn into reversals. But if we can get some closes up here and get a few days closing above this line, that's where I would start to consider this being a reversal chart. Right now, I don't feel comfortable calling it a reversal. I'll call it a bounce, but I'd like to see it get up above this area here before I'd call it any sort of reversal, or even let that come into the conversation. Don't get me wrong, the chart's looking great, but there is a big difference between bouncing and reversing, and right now we're still just in that bouncing stage. The only other thing that I'd like to see improve is the volume. Don't get me wrong, today's volume was nice, probably right around average, maybe a little above average. But if we keep chugging up tomorrow and make a attack at this line, that's where I want to see a volume day like this, or even something like one of these days. That would be great to really show that there's more eyes getting on it. There's a lot of people playing it, and so forth. The more volume on any sort of these breaks, the more confidence you can put in it. That's why I'm not completely confident on this break, just because it didn't happen on a bunch of volume. Now price is king, so it's good and it matters that it did break and close up there. But my confidence level would have been much better had we had a big volume day like this. But either way, price action's going up. It's looking like hopefully this 35-cent area was the bottom for now, and the next kind of mission for the longer term players is let's get some closes up above this level, and then we can start talking about a possible reversal on the chart. So if there are any other questions with the chart, please shoot me a message. If not, I'd encourage you to check out bullwarriorstocks.com. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll be sent a free ebook, and with your newsletter subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. Best part is it's all free, so it's worth at least signing up and giving it a try. One more time, this was ERHE. Thanks for listening.